Alright, so let's see, device, no go. Let me see, I'm trying to get an idea of things. Wow, Titan actually, Existence picks up nades. So they're breaking from what we've seen them do for so long now, which is 5 Kevlar. They actually have Existence going for nades here. Whereas we have 4 Kevlar picked up for TSM and a single kit on Zipnix with a single smoke as well. And Zip on that B site, setting up. Cajun also with an aggressive setup as well. Double up on Cat, but wait, that's Zip. Who the hell was I looking at? Oh, Dupree. I'm silly. Oh yeah, you got Zipnix and Cajun basically. Cajun taking quite a hell of a fight up top there with Kenny, who comes out ahead, drops him down to 1 HP literally. And so right now, what is this telling you? What we're seeing at this minute mark here? Where do you think Titan want to take this?
They were just waiting for TSM to make the first move, which TSM did, and now they're just taking over Cat. It's looking like it's going to be Pulp, Flash, and Go.
No, they win the duel outside Apex, or Kerrigan rather picks off Apex, but there's RPK taking out Cajun, so that was the man holding on the site itself. Zipnix gets overwhelmed, and it is going to come down to Kerrigan, but he gets picked up by Kenny S. Kenny S on point right now with the Glock. 2 kills before he finally gets taken out by Device, who worked his way through. And it's going to be the battle up here. Device, is he going to get caught by Maniac? He spots it, but RPK's there to slam him down. And Dupree now getting picked up. I mean, 3 players alive here. Poor Titan, the best that he can do basically is run around and die, essentially, as Maniac eventually hunts him down. So the pistol round picked up here for Titan. 3 players living at the end of the round.
Yeah, Titan really playing a cautious play, waiting for TSM to make the first move, which they did. They had 2 pushing, playing aggressive on Catwalk. Kenny getting that first headshot on Cajun B made TSM to fall back and play passively, and then it was basically just Titan going on Cat and taking a pretty standard Cat push with 1 going long.
Yeah, straight fight.
Prevailing.
And that's the big thing, is that Kerrigan still, despite that, kills off Apex. He was trying to push Log solo. So they lost that flank, and yet TSM still not able to keep it together there. What a mixed buy. What an interesting buy coming out here from Titan, though. I mean, it's not a full force. There's 2 scouts picked up on TSM, and Cajun only has the 5.7. He doesn't invest in the Kevlar, but it's still like, what, 1, 2 SMGs, 2 Tech 9s, and a Galil. Man, Titan all over the place with this second round. It almost makes me a little nervous, but there you go. It doesn't matter if you got a helmet or not. Kenny S, the headshot from Kerrigan to start, and he spots out the second man through. Does he go to Gandalf? Yes, he does. Apex now crouching behind that box, walks right out, and Kerrigan misses that shot, but it's going to be down to this man right here. KGB and Goose only going to trade 1 for 1. His teammates, though, doing the work, still keeping this alive, but it is going to be RPK just coming through with the MP7. Device going to be the last man here alive for TSM, nearly finding that headshot. And 27 HP left. There's the jump, but Maniac is quick enough to get the kill, and 2 players surviving there for Titan. Do you think the fact that they skimped on their firepower made that much harder than it needed to be for Titan?
Well, I mean, the thing is, it looked very hairy for Titan for the most part. It was all RPK with his MP7 saving the day. I mean, they were opting to spend more money on all the nades, and they were really relying on that to work in their favor. But then Kerrigan's jumping scout, which is almost too powerful for that to work out. So I can understand them buying that way, so that enabled them to buy more nades and work with that.
Simply put.
Yep.
Simply put as well. Nade, spray, Apex lives, RPK there as well. To back him, it's going to be this man here just dancing on the plateau, but he's not going to be able to live through that, and he gets overwhelmed. Kenny has to take out Zipnix, who was trying to push Longhouse, it seems. And, well, Kerrigan is going to be able to pick up 1 kill in Upper Dark. Makes the jump past, gets the AK. RPK so low on HP is going to get dropped. And it's going to be Kenny S on the hunt here, it seems. But no, he decides to back off and go and plant that bomb. He was carrying that bomb, so no reason for him to go hunting.
Yeah, that could have been interesting had he gone and died.
Oh man. And now, well, they already have Maniac, who's real close up in suicide right now. So Kerrigan not going to spot him in time. Free kill there for Maniac. He's going to be able to upgrade to an AK as well, so he'll be pleased about that. And 3 rounds here for Titan picked up on Dust2 to start. So looking real good for the French, Belgium, Swiss team. It's a bit of a mouthful, that. I need to find a...
The thing with the second round force and when you lose it, the problem with that is the fact, like I pointed out in our first Dust2 match, is on CT Dust2, you need a lot of nades to work with. You preferably want to have an op, and they don't have an op for sure. That's like, they have smokes to work with, but they don't have any ops. So that's the kind of risk you take when you're force buying like they did on the second round, and didn't work in their favor.
Yeah, they are very limited on the nades right now. One smoke going down there from Kerrigan to Longhouse, so that's going to block that out. But Cajun B is still holding very aggro here on Cat. And he's not sure if he spotted Kenny there. Go for the jump. But he's going to spot out Apex. Instant headshot there, and he makes it out as well. Pop flash, and he could get caught here. Existence rushes him down. Nothing to be done there by Kerrigan. Zipnix will be in position, however, to get the smoke off to block off Cat. So it's a 4-on-4 standstill here between these two teams at this point.
Yeah, it felt like TSM had a read that Titan would be doing a base split because they were playing two middle, just leaving Cajun B alone on catwalk.
Some great smokes and flashes going down here, however, and Kerrigan, worried about Long, leaves it open, and there's the timing from Existence to rush forward and pick up that kill. Kerrigan's still alive on Long, however, will get picked off by RPK in the end, and that leaves Dupree and Device, the last two players alive here for the CT side. Whereas RPK and Maniac will be able to get a bomb plant on the A side, and RPK even has a smoke to help out his mate. Smoke goes down, closes off this angle. Dupree gets spotted reloading, and that's a lot of damage dealt to start things off. Maniac goes for one for one trade, and now it's going to come down to Device. Dodges the nade, but that gives away RPK's position, and Device misses one bullet, and that's all it takes. RPK clutches it for Titan, and they win. And he clutches it for himself, but he's also a team player, so he clutches it for Titan. 4 rounds on the board now.
Yeah, that got a bit hairy in the end there. But, yep, just good play. Again, they timed everything correctly. They got the necessary entries. And Existence pushing out the safety ramp for some reason. Whoever was holding a slope just couldn't, I think it was Cajun, just couldn't hear him pushing out there. Or Kerrigan was it. And that kill there was really crucial in terms of mowing down that A defense.
Ooh, there's going to be some aggression coming in here. Maniac. A battle, and he just barely gets out of there intact. Fair trade so far as the HP is concerned, but this is a pistol eco coming out here for TSM, so Titan just have to slow play it, and you can see that in their setup, basically straight default across the board. Nothing really fancy coming out from them. Titan, Maniac holding over at long, RPK and upper, and now they decide to take over Cat with 3. Existence is still looking to see if somebody's going to be peeking out here in mid. He's hoping that somebody's usually playing like, you know, Shakti spot basically, which is Device there. But Kenny S will find the headshot on Cajun B. That's going to open things up. And they instantly react. They don't waste any time at all. Instead, it's Kerrigan here on CT slope, hoping to get lucky here with the headshot. Maniac to take out the man holding the CT, and well, RPK will overwhelm quickly, very quickly, in fact, Kerrigan there. And the kills all across the board there. So 5-0 for Titan, standard stuff.
Definitely. Spot just a very clean anti-eco there. Kenny going for the entry and then committing together. Having enough firepower, playing together, that's like that's like one of the fundamental keys to playing anti-ecos, is that you make sure you're playing together and you're not too much spread around. Because when you are, that's when the risk comes into play where you could be picked apart one by one and then, you know, everything could just fall apart. But they just played it together, played it very methodically, and just worked out well for Titan there, going in a 5-0 lead early on.
Yeah, this is fantastic for them. We have Cajun already holding over at long. Molotov is down, but Maniac starts to push in behind that. And still patiently holding this angle right now, Cajun. All he wants is for Maniac to get impatient.
Now we have a more traditional TSM CT play here, where Kerrigan's playing long. Cajun is going to be falling back, playing that car area, holding catwalk, and Zipnix is going to be the connector guy who's going to be running between CT spawn, middle doors, and A slope.
Well, here's the pop flashes coming out here from Kerrigan. Manages to land them. Instant headshot on a Maniac. Locks on. Spots out Existence, but Existence hits a terrific headshot. And that's a quick trade. 1 for 1 over at long. Smokes are down as well, so that doesn't leave Cajun much of a say in matters. He's not going to be able to spot out the man. He may... Oh, he unscopes. And we'll have to see if can Kenny find the shot now. Alive in pit. Gets spotted, but Cajun hits the headshot. And that's not how it's supposed to go there at all. Kenny with a crucial miss.
Good call from TSM, taking over long now.
Yep, and that's Zipnix pushing forward to take out Existence, who was headshot earlier, so not a lot of HP for him. Cajun spots out the push coming up on Cat, however, didn't spot the second man dropping down, so that's a bit of a surprise moment there for Apex. But Zipnix is there, and it's going to be RPK, the last man alive here, looking for the headshot. And he will get spotted. Zipnix there to clean things up. So TSM get on the board now finally, and that's off the back of Zipnix with a triple kill.
Yeah, and just it looked a bit hairy actually for TSM there, where when they lost lone control as Kerrigan went down, they had no catwalk control, they had no lone control, but it was a bit of hesitation and like Titan not doing anything that essentially cost them the round. I mean, if they would have just committed for long with all the days that they had and they could have worked with, it would have been a lot harder for TSM. But they just sort of gave TSM the possibility of putting themselves back on that round.
Yeah. I mean, basic kills coming in there in the end. Just getting picked off, but that can happen with Titan as well. They do have sometimes a tendency to overthink things. But you know, I guess when you get headshots, it works out as well. 2 entry frags here for Titan onto this B site, and Device is holding all by his lonesome now, waiting for the push to come up to B slope, but nobody is there. Existence makes some noise. That's just to draw the attention here, and now Device peeks out through window onto that site, spots out the bomb. And Titan know, well, TSM know rather, exactly what's happening. They weren't expecting Apex to push through window, however. And did he really push with the bomb as well? Apex is out of his mind sometimes.
Yeah. It's not the first, I think. But you could tell Titan had a read on how TSM plays their CT. They know Subnix is that connector guy, and Apex just full on went through double doors. He knew it was very likely that they only had one guy that played towards CT spawn and middle whatsoever. Got that entry. RPK getting the second kill on B, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, standard stuff, but a great read for Titan.
Yep. They've done their homework.
Boom! From the heavens, RPK takes out Kerrigan. And we do actually have Cajun B. He's been spotted as well. Glad to see that Titan are out hunting. This is so important that TSM actually survive with these rifles. And Cajun could get closed in on. He hears the steps, reacts in time, takes the shot, and removes RPK. Could get the headshot onto Existence. He will not live. Apex is there to save the day. Triple kill for Apex in that round. And Titan, they just rock TSM right back to their foundations. TSM are now in an awkward spot now, too. If you were at TSM's position, I mean, are you calling for the save? Are you calling for a force?
I mean, this is one of those situations where you're probably going to go double save, because you're like, you'd rather have a double op set up at this point when it's down to this situation where you're just losing a lot of rounds consistently. So I would probably do a double save here.
Ooh, that was way too close. Maniac getting headshot there as well. Great job done. Cajun B will get caught, however, and now, oh, that nade on Kerrigan. That is just unfortunate for him.
I mean, like we were talking about before this match, it's Existence. Whenever he's leading against a team that he knows how they play, that's when he's most comfortable, and you can really tell here that he's done his homework. He knows the tendencies of TSM.
He certainly does. I mean, right now they are just getting these counter plays. Basically, they're coming out ahead. It seems all the time. In the last round, the key round, essentially RPK Apex, and in this one, they just smashed TSM at long. So. TSM and Dupree, TSM, Zipnix and Dupree. Last 2 alive here. And well, you got to admire now, this is just going to build nothing but confidence for Titan. And one thing that's a pleasure to see as well is that RPK is leading with the frags. So perhaps a little bit of confidence building there going on as well for RPK, who has been under the microscope for quite some time now since his glorious return. We've all been waiting to see the time, the day when he just comes back into it and starts laying into people. Zipnix with a sick headshot onto Kenny, but RPK is there to pick him up, and now it's going to be 7 rounds to 1. Titan well on their way to a victory here, or at least a great lead in this first half.
Yeah, when it comes to Titan, I think it has to be Apex, Kenny S, RPK trio to be the aggressive force to make things happen for Titan. And then you have RPK, you have Maniac there who's really been stepping it up, and he's playing that lurking role pretty well. So
the chat right now is going full Kappa.
What about Kipo?
Both, it looks like, man.
He's missing out. Full Kipo, chat, please.
Deliver. Obey not to. He is your coach. And there we have it. The initial frag going for Kenny. And that was with Device kind of scoped up as well, but not for the top of Xbox, basically not where he would look for that headshot. Instead, he was looking for somebody to actually push through the doors themselves. So unfortunate positioning there for Device. Dupree tries to return the kill. He's got his own AWP here, but now Kenny, he was holding that angle, but he decides to back off. Rather than take that fight straight up with Dupree, now that they know that Dupree has an AWP over on that bomb site, they're going to start changing it up. We still have Maniac, who's kind of lurking over by A-Long, and because they've had so much success on the A side, it looks like Titan, they might want to just keep going for it. Fresh smoke at long, though. That's going to buy a little bit of time here, and Kerrigan holding so close, but the perfect pop flash. He tries to line it up. He tries to get his spray adjusted, but it's not going to happen. Cajun now going to be caught between a rock and a hard place here. Catches out Kenny. And RPK not pushing up on Cat. This is actually going to be looking pretty decent here. He gets the point-blank headshot onto Maniac, but that is all that is going to happen here for Titan as the bomb gets chucked across. And Dupree, no joy for him.
definitely the right approach from Titan. Doing the late A split is really a good way to play against the type of defense that TSM likes to throw at you. When they have one playing long aggressively, one in car. When you lose that long control lane, it gets really hairy when you're CT. Like, you have no time to rotate and try to take over catwalk after that.
Mm-hmm.
Or have any kind of control. So that's when you when you lose long like that, that's when you should just fall back. But like, it's easier said than done at that point. But that's like the only way out, really, is to try and retrieve from A and then play a retake after.
Mm-hmm.
But when the timing's done correctly by the T's, it's close to impossible. And Titan just doing a great job. Those pole flashes on Kerrigan were just spot on. Like, they couldn't have been much better than that.
That was pretty much dead. Like, and you're thinking Kerrigan, he's holding that position in case they try and pop flash pit or, you know, get the angle. But no, he's just like, he's up close. He's like, sweet. And Titan just right on the money with their flashes that time around. Perfect entry and perfect round. So 8-1 now with Titan just getting further and further ahead here. Now they've actually got a little bit of bank as well to play with. We already have Cajun spawning long. No aggressive peek this time around, however, from Titan. Actually, that hasn't been the go-to at all so far in this half, Titan. It's really just Maniac slow playing this position. Whereas for now, Apex, they're all just kind of slowing it down, basically, Titan. It seems like they've got a decent read on the economic situation for TSM.
Yep, the only worry they have right now is the op from Cajun. They know it's there.
Yeah, we already have Cajun basically rotating in. Device gets flashed in the mid. He's going to peek and see nothing. He's going to see no one. And Cajun getting smoked here. Apex drops right down into CT again. They're right on top of each other, and Apex is jumping into him. They have no idea. He's going to be able to stop that bomb from getting up the slope. Sick play by Cajun, and just the way that worked out was marvelous. Dupree with the spot with the fire. Just the spray through the smoke comes out ahead as well. And now Maniac is trying to rush in here to the rescue, making sure that they don't get flanked. They're losing players left and right here. Kenny is down, but Kerrigan gets caught. And then it's going to leave just Cajun. But that smoke, any second now, that smoke could clear. They need to pick up that bomb right away. And RPK is just wishing that he could pick up that pop flash as well. They have no nades to work with. Cajun holding it. CT does not miss the shot, rather. And now it's going to be Maniac. 1v1. Needs to guess the angle correctly here if he's ever going to have a shot. 17 seconds left. He's got to go across, and he just barely sneaks in. Cajun didn't have eyes on the bomb.
Wow.
Oh, incredible mistake, and that's going to be so frustrating for Cajun, who's already got 2 kills this round. 1v1 situation now, and Maniac already in position. Up and
He had
goose.
one job.
And he's looking at long right now, Maniac. Or is he expecting a jump? Oh, there it is. Cajun spots him, and Maniac tries to pull a fast one on him, goes for the spray, and he gets the headshot. No luck this time for Cajun. The aim punch was real.
Cajun, you had one job. Look at the bomb.
Oof, that's frustrating, man. That is tense.
But at the same time, what was RPK doing? Like, why did he jump alone? Why didn't he wait for his teammate and they double jump or double peek the CT spawn?
Yeah, that's a good question. Maybe getting a little overconfident. Maybe some miscommunication there on Titan's side. I mean, we've known it's happened in the past.
Yeah, very likely. Very likely.
Whatever the reason, that's a 9th round now on the board for Titan. They just narrowly win that. Clutch situation for them. And Maniac choosing to aggressively take a peek here. Cajun was holding the angle, though. No luck there, but at least they get the information that there is, once again, AWP, like standard, basically, standard stuff coming out here from TSM. And TSM also leaving B mid, rather, fairly uncontested. Device only holding a window here. He's the only man, and he decides to turn away just as Apex is going to get that angle down. Oof. And Kenny just daring him. Jump again.
I think that's pretty much a tell for Titan to know what kind of a setup TSM is doing when you see that happening on middle, when there's like no one actually in middle, and there's just device and window, and you have catwalk control as well as a T. So that pretty much tells you what's going on from TSM.
Yeah, Existence is setting it up right now. He's going to have that smoke going down as well on the A site. So they want to try and keep
bit of a fake
TSM
here.
bottled in over here. Exactly. They want to try and set it up, draw the attention to this A site. That's Existence now taking a bit of a shot. Maniac is going to be rotating out, trying to, well, basically collapse here with his teammates, but they're leading with the bomb. Titan, they have committed, and Apex is picked off immediately. Perfect pop flash, but still the shot comes through, and Device is going to be able to trade up, but Kenny is there. 1 for 1 for 1 for 1, all over the place. And now a 3-on-3 scenario here. Zipnik's getting flashed, but he will make it up to the window just fast enough to stop this plant from actually happening. No, Existence just barely lives. 18 HP. And now Kenny, he can actually best Zipnix. There's not going to be an angle for Zipnix to work with here. Shots trying to go through, but the plant will happen, and Kenny, like God, basically strikes down Kerrigan. Maniac finds Zipnix, and Titan are just dominating right now.
They are. At TSM, they're really good playing that B. Device and Dupree is a great combo in B, and they still gave TSM a chance there. But yeah, Titan's just sweeping. They're just, it seems like whatever they do, it seems to work out for them.
Yeah, it's just right now they're just. I mean, even with Apex, getting picked off initially, dropping that bomb there, they have to commit. They still manage to trade 2 for 2, basically. So it's like Titan just having that man advantage there. Kenny S just locking it down, basically keeping his team in the running. And now we have a force buy coming out from TSM. Basically, it's gone to the point where, they've lost another 5 in the row. They need to start putting some rounds on the board here if they want to have a shot in the second half.
Most definitely, dude.
And, well, Maniac is actually going to go for the peek at long and takes out Kerrigan, so that's going to be a bit of a rough start here for TSM, but it's more of the standard same here for TSM. It seems like Titan perhaps have started to figure this out once again. They're getting Kenny in position now with his AWP, but the smoke is going to go down to block off Catwalk, and so he's deciding to change it up. Fresh smoke goes down to block off the mid doors as well here, and Device is holding close with the P90, so he just wishes that somebody...
Nice play from Maniac again. Getting 2 picks on long.
And Zipnix now spots out Maniac, shot through, 7 HP left on Zip. And there's a second man coming through. He's going to get caught with something. I mean, oh, wow, he gets around the corner just in time. Existence will get that kill, however. And the last 2 players here for TSM rotating over from that B site. No joy for them. Device might get lucky here with a shot onto Existence. Yep, point-blank headshot with the P90 gets the job done, and he's got an M4 now. But the damage is done, essentially. Bomb plant is going to happen here for Titan.
Yep, that was purely Maniac's round, getting that early kill on Kerrigan, and then getting the second kill along as well. And that just basically opened up the site when they knew the third guy who killed Maniac was on long. So they knew it was 100% clear, and that was it. So kudos to Maniac for doing the work.
Dupree is currently just wondering what is happening with this electric box. And, I mean, this is the right play from Titan as well. I mean, they have money to buy, no problem at all, so they can afford to throw away rifles trying to hunt down Dupree. They've got the first one, and there's Apex getting picked up. Kenny rounds the corner and lands the shot. So no save, no joy for TSM. And once again, it's going to be an all-out force on their side, but it's to the point where Cajun goes glass cannon M4, Kerrigan down to a FAMAS, Device again with the P90. I mean, this is rough, dire times for TSM right now. This is not looking good.
You know, it just came to my mind. I was wondering about around Twitter last night, or this morning actually, and I saw Device posting a picture saying he couldn't drink any more than he had already. So,
who was this?
Device.
Oh boy! But then again, I think that they're like in full graduation mode right now.
Yeah, is this one of those Sundays?
Yeah, I think that they're in like full graduation mode. It's sprays through, but it's not going to go. Zipnix did manage to get the pick over in mid, though. 2-on-4 situation here as Existence manages to find the pick at long. There's a man alive on the side, however. That's Cajun B. But once again, glass cannon for him, no Kevlar. So taking a straight-up fight is a little tricky for him. If he gets into a boxing match, it's going to be brutal. And Zipnix getting caught out in the open. Existence locks on, takes him out. And now 2-on-2. They're bringing this back. And with 50 seconds left here for Titan, there's so much time for them to work with. But yeah, they would have only just graduated, if that. Yeah, just now had their last exams, right?
Dude, I'm not sure. Actually, I think they have exams like a month of end of June.
Oh god! Can't believe that Cajun is still alive, but Apex will find him. And the man holding cross Device gets smoked off, so he's not going to be able to stop this bomb plant from happening. Apex with the free plant, and now Device in a 1v2. Crucial win round here if he can actually land it. Flash goes down, but he is unaffected. He brought his sunglasses today. He's dancing on the edge of this smoke, but Apex is ready. Boy, for Device, no luck at all. 12 rounds. This is insane not to. Definitely, I don't think anybody could have predicted this kind of result so far in the first half.
Yeah, dude. Like, even TSM had the man advantage there. Still, Titan coming from, I think, was it a 2-on-4? Well, at least a 2-on-3. But still, Titan capitalizing on the round. It is just doesn't seem to matter what they do. Still, it just keeps snowballing in Titan's favor.
And Kenny just keeps hitting shots as they try and cross. Dupree down to 18 HP. The leg shot goes through. Jump. Yes, please. There it is.
Device
But
is
then,
down too.
boom. Yeah, Device is down to 16 as well. You're right. But entry, well, initial frag, because it doesn't look like they want to commit to the bomb site here, Titan. But still, Apex takes out Dupree, so no joy there for Dupree, really. And Device now just going to hold from Plateau. He's got the support of Zipnix, who's rotated over from A. Weakening the defense somewhat over here. So we already have that rotation coming through. But now it comes down to the lurk play from Titan. And they're going for the boost over the smoke. This is sick. He gets the headshot. Perfection. Sick play by Existence. And now Zipnix, he gets that pop flash. He does get the headshot onto Apex.
Whoa, RPK. What a headshot to CT spawn.
And that is going to be it. And Maniac catches out Kerrigan. Oh, that was sick. I'm watching the replay there of Existence. That was perfect. The boost to see over that smoke. And then it's because you have those steps from upper to where the sand is, essentially. If the smoke is down there, you just see over. If you're standing on your mate's head, you just see over that smoke. That's Titan for you. They always try and find like the little tricks basically that they can bust out.
I think they've done that before too. That was like the first time I've seen that.
Yep. No, that's true. Whoa.
Okay, interesting.
How? What? Where? What? How? What? And that was like
happened there.
And that was like team damage as well. So okay, there was maybe a little confusion there as far as the auto snipers. Some people getting a little bit too excited that they had so much money. RPK will actually get the kill over and. And before I can even swap to Kerrigan, he's dead. Maniac just cleaning him out. And well, Zipnix just barely evades death there. Maniac on the hunt right now. Gets control of Long. We already have a man holding close. That's RPK waiting for the rotation to come through here. KHB goes running merrily past to his death. And now Dupree with the scout. Gets the tag on Maniac, and the follow-up is there for Zipnix. Follow-up shot by Dupree. Not going to connect. He nearly gets the follow-up, though. The follow-up. And well, now it gets nasty. RPK going to hunt down the remaining two. Zipnix and Dupree caught out on CT slope. Not a thing they could do. And Titan have just picked up a perfect first half. And of course, the game crashes. This is standard. This is expected. And, you know, what's up, guys? We're going to get back into that game as fast as possible.
Yeah. You got to point out RPK there, though. 22 and 6 on that first half and just doing a lot of work for Titan.
Yeah.
He had a monster half.
Oh, no doubt. He is on point right now, this game. And that's, I mean, you know who's really happy about this? About that performance in particular? Sanders. Sanders has been, like, hailing the return of RPK since we've seen it, right? You know, since he's been brought back onto Titan. He's just like, we just need to give him more time, man. We just need to give him more time. And sure enough, well, RPK, at least in this map, he's looking pretty damn good. 22-1-6, just leading the charge. Maniac is also following up. And Kenny S, you know, mere mortal performance from him, but, you know, still solid with 12 frags of his own. So now we go into it. 14-1. Titan need 2 rounds. If they win the pistol, they pretty much got this in the bag. So we'll see if they can land the shots. And Kenny S already crouched here. But this spot isn't nearly as effective as it used to be, Kenny. So we'll see if it's going to work for you or not. Smoke comes through, though, and Dupree going to round that corner. Shot comes in from Kenny, and there's the headshot to start. Takes out Dupree. Kerrigan still taking this fight. And now Kenny is just wreaking havoc, and they can't seem to pick up on the fact that there's a man behind the goddamn car. Oh, my God.
RIP.
Kerrigan, though, he brings it back. 1v2, looking for the shot. Apex is low. Apex, play with your teammate. And there's the bait from Kerrigan. Draws him out, but he only lands the one shot. 23 HP, but RPK is close. He's rotated in now, and Kerrigan will get shot in the back. No chance at all, and they are going to succeed. But the fact that Kenny is just sitting there for like 2 minutes calmly clicking away before TSM even pick up on the fact that he was sitting behind those cars.
Yeah, that was a bit of, I think Kerrigan always likes to sit there too. So that's like giving them their own medicine as well. That's like just pure salt in the wounds at this point. It just, wow. I mean, we were talking about Kenny before, and I mean, when Titan's winning 14-1/2 and Kenny's only at 12-8, I think that's a pretty positive situation for Titan.
I agree. It was a little bit wonky when it was just like God mode performances from him, right? Apex just barely makes it out of there alive. And there's the follow-up nade onto Dupree. Goodbye, dupes. Yeah, the vacuum cleaner just got unplugged.
This is massive for round difference if it goes 16-1.
Yeah, this would be huge for Titan. You're right. As far as the rounds are concerned in the groups, it's so important. And there you go. Maniac slaps down Zipnix. It's going to be Device, the last man alive here. And he's got about half HP. He's got an AK as well, looking for the headshot, but it's not going to happen. Existence overwhelms him very quickly there with the help of Apex. And you're right, 16-1. a fantastic map for Titan when they are sitting pretty far behind in the groups. You know, all things considered. I mean, 4-3. They've only played 7 matches.